Now obviously guys, I don't care if Boris Johnson breaks his own rules. In fact, I've actively encouraged him to do it, as I would absolutely anyone else. In my mind, if rules are unjust or stupid, then they should be ignored by the public. A judge actually agreed with that principle in 1955 when he refused to prosecute a member of the public for failing to show his papers after the police had demanded it. This was because emergency laws implemented during World War II continued for a decade after it had finished, as there is often nothing more permanent than a temporary government restriction, as we know. Yes, during World War II and for years after it, Britain, like Europe, had a papers please society. Something that is trying to rear its ugly head once again, and in fact is already rife in Europe and even parts of this union. Lest we forget has become let's do it again by the looks of it if you ask me. But here the media are riding Boris the bullshitter for throwing little parties in 10 Downing Street after he had banned the rest of us from seeing family members last year. Well, he banned anyone that bothered to listen to him, which was not me, as you know. My Christmas last year was no different to any of the years before, but he tried to ban us all, if you remember. Now, Boris having these little parties I think is great, not only for the reasons I said a moment ago, but because it helps to make people who once listened to him question why the hell they should do it in the future. And I would say the media love things like this because it's something they're actually allowed to call the government out on. We know they cover for them when it comes to many other things and have been for 20 months now. So this is one of the few things that they're actually allowed to call out this piss-poor tyrannical government for. Them reporting on it though, like I said, is actually a good thing because it makes people see these politicians are literally just taking the piss out of you. Of course it ain't just Boris or even the Tories that's doing it, but it's all of them in Parliament. Boris doing it though does make more people realise they're just laughing in our face. So at this point I sit here saying let's hope we get to see more of these rules for thee but not for me from these tosspots as time goes on. The more the public who've complied with every one of their whims so far sees this sort of shit, the more they're going to turn against them and say what the fuck.